very much for inviting me. I am very honored to be here and to have a quote from my book on his statue besides. I live on a farm in Delaware County, Ohio that John Purdue bought for our family in 1864, which was 4 years before he started Purdue University. And I still have many of his documents and letters, which I used in the book. I've been told this Ohio farm was where he first planned to build his university. So Ohio State might have been Purdue University, and there wouldn't be a rivalry now. Here is John Purdue on a bench looking across the street. He was right here in front of University Hall on his last day of life. Now he can look out across some of his legacy and see how it has changed. And unlike many legacies, his is growing larger and brighter by the day. He lived into his 70s when the average lifespan was about 35. So one he could say he lived 2 lifespans. The first lifespan was filled with incredible hardship. He began in a log cabin about half the size of today's living rooms, and along with his parents, he lived with 8 sisters. He probably had only a few years of education before his family hired him out as a worker at age 12. So he had little childhood, and a portion of that was working with adult men, probably in the coal business. Later, the family apparently was homeless. When his mother was in her 60s, she took her destitute family to Ohio. When John arrived in Ohio, he had 1 quarter and the clothes on his back, and these were hobo clothes. He was so poor, he was kicked out of one of the first towns he came to. But he was capable of non-stop hard work. He was very intelligent and also highly creative. He had huge dreams that involved wealth, but he didn't stop with that. He had even bigger dreams about what to do with his wealth. John Purdue's second lifespan was a spectacular success. He pushed boundaries into many frontiers and arrived in Lafayette. Among other things, he built what was said to be the biggest business block west of Wall Street, the Purdue Block. Portions of it are still here in operation, but he didn't stop with that. He then became a success in Chicago and New York, where he set up an office near Wall Street. He founded 6 large, complex businesses, some of which are among the largest in the country. He remained interested in education, his family, and civic affairs, and donated to all, but his dream was the university. On September 12, 1876, John Purdue arrived right here on campus. This was the first day of classes at a newly reorganized Purdue University, and it was clear the university was going to thrive. On that day, University Hall was under construction. He was in his 70s, was old, body falling apart, mind going, probably ready for the boneyard. And with very little formal education, he was starting up a university. But this was his dream, and he remained hands-on to the very end. He inspected University Hall foundation stones, probably tapped them with his cane, and chatted with students and professors. He died later that day, but his dream lives on. He was a remarkable person who overcame many obstacles and had great dreams and goals. His innovations were instrumental in developing the American frontier, including the final frontier, space. Many astronauts and innovators have graduated from Purdue University and the other schools to which he donated, including Neil Armstrong, the first person to walk on another world. John Purdue was unique, and his statue is unique. It's not a normal statue of a man standing with pigeons on his head. It is a user-friendly statue. He's waiting for people to stop and visit. Thank you.
All right, is everyone ready? Here we go. John Purdue.